Every now and then, the French dabble in premium cars. This century, we've had the Renault Satis and Avantime, and the Citroën C6. They came, they looked quirky, they conquered nothing but the sales wooden spoon. But from February 2018, PSA Groupe is rolling out 6 new premium cars under its DS brand, and this is the first, a 5-seat SUV called the DS7 Crossback. DS cars will stand out for their comfort, French craftsmanship and technology, says the company, in a bid to get a foothold in the premium car segment dominated by German car makers. It's 145 to 200 mm longer than those cars to best them on some utterly rational criteria: boot capacity, 555 liters, and rear seat space, plentiful for both head and legs, and with a seat back that reclines up to 32, making snoozing a distinct possibility. The cockpit, France showcases its craftsmanship. Up front, rationality makes way for the avant-garde design you'd expect of the French. DS's calling is to give to car buyers what French luxury brands Louis Vuitton and Chanel give to oligarchs' girlfriends. That's one of myriad reasons why this cockpit will never be mistaken for an Audi's. Vive la difference. DS7 Crossback interior. Climb into the trad SUV elevated seating position, and your posterior immediately warms to the plump seats. They're like being spooned by bibendum, though could do with more lateral support. Imagine grasping a leather-trimmed wine bottle. That's how thick the steering rim feels. The materials are opulent, even the flap hiding a cubby in the center console can be trimmed in Alcantara or leather. One stitch pattern, with a raised ball of thread reminiscent of a pearl, took 2 years to industrialize, though it's still not perfectly spaced out. It reads the road and adjusts ride comfort. Craftsmanship is central to DS's appeal, and so is comfort and technology. Top-spec 180 PS Blue HDI diesel or 225 PS petrol engines are equipped with active scan technology, where a camera peers 5 to 10 meters down the road, assessing the topography and adapting the dampers accordingly. It only works in comfort mode, but noticeably softens the abruptness of your initial speed bump contact, before stiffening as you descend to control body pitching. The ride quality is decent in normal mode too, with a supple but composed gait. The way the DS7 absorbs some prolifically bumpy Parisian hinterland roads at 40 miles per hour augurs well for a car-setting UK ride. DS7 Crossback side pan. But this civility isn't uniform. The 178 bhp diesel engine, though responsive and adequately punchy, it doesn't feel as sedate as 0 to 62 miles per hour in 9.9 seconds suggests, accelerates with a grumble of revs, and cruises with a persistent drone. Higher fuel injection pressure to meet the latest emissions regulations is partly responsible. The side mirrors also produce noticeable wind noise at motorway speeds. The engineers are working on a foam insulation fix. The front-wheel drive chassis summons sufficient grip, but there's a bit of dad dancing about the electric motor-assisted steering, awkward elasticated responses that don't always feel perfectly in time with the wheels, and some inconsistent weighting under load. DS7 Crossback, packed with technology. But this is a car to cruise in, not fling at corners. And in addition to the cushy ride, the DS7 has more technological tricks in its armory. Night vision costs from £1,100 to £1,600, and an infrared view of the road ahead can be displayed in varying sizes in the digital instrument panel, helpful for keeping eyes on the road and on any lurking animals. This nod to the original DS's swiveling lamps splendidly illuminates country road verges and appropriately deploys high beam on your behalf. DS7 Crossback Perfline badge. Then there's the effective connected pilot cruise control, 650 pounds, which accelerates, brakes and keeps the car in lane, precisely centered as the DS USP. While there was no veering from side to side of a peripheral lane, its steadfast behavior provoked a militant motorbiker into taking umbrage at the car's refusal to yield to his undertaking. Verdict. Ultimately though, the DS7 has enough to make it worthy of consideration for prospective customers who value comfort and technology and hate following the crowd.